गणाधीशो गुणाधीशो विद्यानिधिर्विनायकः कार्यारम्भे सदा तस्मै गणेशाय नमो नमः। सर्वेभ्यो नमो नमः। अस्मिन् अष्टाङ्गहृदयस्य पठनमहोत्सवे सर्वेषाम् एव स्वागतम्। इदानीं द्वितीयोऽध्यायः अष्टाङ्गहृदयसूत्रस्थाने द्वितीयोऽध्यायः अथातो दिनचर्याध्यायं व्याख्यास्यामः। इति हस्माहुरात्रेयादयो महर्षयः। अथ अतो, दिस इज संधि, दिस इज स्वर संधि, अथ प्लस अतो, that is athato. Atha and at are Mangal words. They are explained in first adhyay by Arun Datta. For details you may go in Chakrapani's Tika in Dirghanjivitiyam adhyay. He has elaborately explained it. Atha is the first word came out of Kantha of Brahma. Omkaraschat shabdau cha dvau eto brahmana pura kantham bhitva viniryato tasmat tau mangalo ubho. Omkara and Atha are the two words which came out of Brahma's Kantha. So both the words Omkar, that is Pranava, and Atha, both are Mangala. So they are used everywhere in our Bharatiya Sanskriti Granthas. All the Adhyaya generally start with Atha word. Atha is Anantariya. Anantariya is continuity. No distance in between. So that is Anantariya. Dinacharya Adhyayam, again this is Swarasandhi. Dinacharya plus Adhyayam, that is Dinacharya Adhyayam. Vyakhyasyaamaha. So this is a group of Maharshis. When you read in Sushrut or Charak, they say Iti hasmaha Bhagwan Atreyaha. Iti hasmaha Bhagwan Dhanvantarihi. So it is singular. Here it is plural. Vagbhat is saying Iti hasmahu ratreyadayo maharshayaha. The karta or the speakers of this adhyaya are many. It is not one like Dhanvantari in Sushrut or Charaka in Agneyash Tantra or Charaka Sanhita presently that we have. Here he says Maharshayaha. Many Rishis have been referred to write this adhyaya. So my Guru always said that if they have written Vyakhyasyaamaha, then why are you reading? You should be able to listen to it. If they are Vyakhyasyaamaha, you should be able to Shrunuyamaha. So have anyone of you ever experienced the status of your mind that you are listening to these Maharshis or this Vagbhat or this Tikakar? Look, this Sanskrit language is not a book language. This is spoken Sanskrit. It is not difficult. It is not packed with a very difficult grammar or shlokas like from Kalidasa. It is very easy, very sarala, sugama, subodha Sanskritam. So method of reading or understanding and applying is Patha, Avabodha and Anusthana as per Vagbhat. This word is very well referred and explained by Arun Datta in first adhyay. Try to say adhyay, don't say chapter. If we have words, then don't translate it. Let them be original. The original word is adhyay. So in first adhyay, Arun Datta explains Ayurvedopadesheshu vidheya paramadaraha. And on the word paramadara, he explains Katham adaro vidheyaha. Such a Patha, Avabodha, Anusthana, Rupo, Utkrushto Yatnah Karyaha. Utkrushto Yatnaha. Don't give a chance. Utkrushto Yatnaha, put in your hard efforts for Patha, Avabodha and Anusthana. So Shruta has divided this Patha, Avabodha and Anusthana in 6 steps. In Sushruta Sanhita, Sutrasthan, Adhyay 3, last shlok goes as Vaksaushthave Artha Vijnane Pradalbhye Karma Naipune Tadabhyase cha Siddhau cha Yate Tadhyanantagaha. Vaksaushthave means correct pronunciation, Shuddha Uchcharana, Look, mantras have their potential, have their all samarthya in their uchcharana. And Ayurveda says that mantravat samprayoktavyam. If your reading, if your uchcharana, if your pronunciation is very correct, very perfect, then these verses, these shlokas will work for you as mantra. This is not only text to be read. This is to be experienced. This is to be listened. They have vyakhyasamaha. So you should be able to shrunuyamaha. So the first step is patha, to read or to make it by heart. Or as Sushrut says, the first step is vaksaushtava, correct pronunciation, shuddha uchcharanam. Don't split the shlok in between. There are only 8 letters in one pada, 16 letters in one line, and 32 letters in one shlok. If you split it in between, the number of letters increases to 9, 10, etc. So the total rhythm vanishes away. So the first criteria for knowledge in Ayurveda is vaksaushtava, that is shuddha uchcharana. So let us start. Iti hasmahu ratreyadayo maharshayah. Sarvanga Sundara Tika goes as Atha iti sarveshu adhyayeshu mangalarthaha. Atha word is in all adhyayas for mangala. Mangala is being auspicious. Mangala is for kalyana of the reader. Kalyana abhinivesh, for the benefit of mankind. Tatha Atha iti anantarye. The Atha word is for anantarye, in continuation with the previous subject. And prastuta abhisambandeva, or Atha is not for anantaryam. Ataha is hence. Ataha is since. Ataha is therefore. So Ataha is Panchami. It denotes cause. So Ataha is prastuta abhisambandhe. Prastuta is what is being now presented, and abhisambandha in relation with. So Ataha word is for in relation with the given subject. This is Adhikarana Tantra Yukti. What is Adhikarana of this Adhyaya? Adhikarana of this Adhyaya is Dinacharya. So Ata word refers to the given subject. Mangaliko hi acharya prati adhyaya arambhe mangalartham atha shabda prayungte. Mangaliko hi acharya. The acharya's attitude is for mangala. Pachaka is the one person who goes for pachana, preparation of your kitchen. Nartaka is the person who is performing nritya. In the same way, Mangalika, the person who is working for your mangala, for your kalyana. Mangaliko acharya, the person who is doing something for your mangal, for your kalyan, for your benefit. Mangaliko acharya prati adhyaya arambhe, at the beginning of every adhyaya, mangalartham, for mangala, atha shabda prayungte, uses. Now he explains what is dinacharya. Dine dinacharya, dinasya vacharya is dinacharya. Now what happens? Ashtangrodaya has two tikakarats. One is Arundatta, other one is Hemadri. Both have their different styles to elaborate the given shloka. Both have different attitudes, different pattern to explain the subject. Being Vaiyakarana means Arundatta was a grammarian. So he is more interested in elaborating the words, while Hemadri was a politician. He was Amatya, he was Shri Karaneshu Adhi in Ramdev Raya's kingdom in current Aurangabad, and then it was Devgiri in Maharashtra near Nanded. So his style is very different. So we will see difference in disposition by both. So here, as per grammar, Arundatta explains, Dine dine charya, dinasya vacharya iti dinacharya. Charanam, charya. Charanam is whatever you do. Charanam have many meanings. Chara is for bhakshana also. Therefore, if you go in Charaka Sutra 27, he says, charak bhakshavayaha in Charak Sutra 27. Here charanam is charya, that is your achara. Now he says ubhaya loka hitam ahara vihara cheshtitam yavat pratidine yat kartavyam sa dinacharya. Ubhaya loka hitam, ubhaya loka, nowadays do you believe in it or not, I don't know. Ubhaya loka means this world that currently we are living in, that Prithvi, and paraloka means the life after your death. So it is up to your upliftment, it is up to your beliefs, whether you believe in paraloka or not. Charaka Sutra 11 says that one should have pranayashana, dhanayashana, that we already have. And third one is paralokayashana. So it is up to your belief that you believe in paraloka or not. Let us forget about paraloka for a moment. Ubhaya loka means this loka, the current life, and the life after this life, current life, that is maybe next janma or moksha, whatever it may be. For both the loka, for both the lives, what is hitakara, what is beneficial, such type of ahara and vihara and chestita. Actually vihara includes chesta. Chesta means the movement, whatever you do, the karma is kaya vaka chitta bhedena. Whatever the actions you do by your kaya, that is your body, by your vani, and by your manas also, all these things come under chestita, all these things come under vihara, all these things come under acharya. So that achara, how to do every day, pratidine yat kartavyam, yat means which, kartavyam to perform, pratidine every day, that is called as charya. And every day what you do, that is dinacharya. Dinacharya yasmin adhyaye asti iti purvavat छ प्रत्ययम उत्पाद्य तल्लोपे प्रकृति भावत्वम च प्रतिपाद्य दिनचर्या इति शब्दो निष्पाद्यते. So it is about the word, and he is explaining what is the pratyaya and what is the lopa and how it will come to the current version of dinacharya word. So I will not explain this thing, it is purely grammar, so I will put it away and we will go for the next line. Tam adhyayam vyakhyasyaamaha dinacharya shabdo yasmin adhyaye asti. Yasmin means in which, adhyaye in that adhyay, asti quoted dinacharya word, and we will vyakhyasyaamaha, we will speak about, we will elaborate, we will discuss about that adhyaya.